KD that wants to win a world championship. He wants to win a championship ring. You have LeBron James, who came out of high school. He was the #1 pick. He went to the sorriest team in the league, which was the Cleveland Cavaliers, and he took them to the playoffs 2 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 times. They made it to the either Eastern Conference Finals or the Finals, and then he made up in his mind. I'm coming to you. He made up in his mind that, hey, I can't win with this team, so he left and he went to a better team. Do y'all all agree? Y'all saying that's what happened? Okay. Who was on that team? Yes, sir.
I know something better that happened. He chose his own destiny. Because the owners can trade you anytime they want to at their own disposal, and you just got to pack up and go.
Right.
You're their property.
Yes, sir.
But LeBron was his own boss at that time,
yes,
a free agent. He was able to do what the bosses couldn't do and said, I'm going to go get me a ring on my own.
On my own terms.
On my own terms. Now I'm going to go back and play. And he did it was just a boss move.
It was a boss move. Okay, so when you disagree, Cash? It's okay. We in the line. We can talk. Kobe Bryant, Dwight Howard, they had a couple other players playing for the Lakers. And Chris, what's the Clippers going? Be on an Allstate commercial. Chris Paul was trying to go to the Lakers. They would not let Chris Paul, y'all remember that? They wouldn't let Chris Paul go to the Lakers, they said, because that would be too much talent on one team.
Cavs got the same thing.
But who didn't let Chris Paul go?
Howard Stern, the league.
Oh, really?
The league. They stopped it. Okay, Howard Stern is no longer commissioner. They got a new commissioner now. Who knows who the new commissioner is? Y'all know his name?
No, he is, but I don't know his name.
All right.
He's a real old guy?
Yeah, he likes skinny. Yeah, great. Okay. So when Durant got ready and said, hey, look, I want to go. You got you got Kevin Love, Kyrie Irving. That's 3 All-Stars, right? You got them playing against the whole starting lineup of the Western Conference. Is that true? Y'all agree?
Yes, sir.
Turn in your Bibles to Habakkuk 2. Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. If you don't have a Bible, you can look it up on your phone. Don't be on social media. Don't be texting. If you don't have a phone or a place to look it up, then you can grab your Bible. Habakkuk chapter 2. And verse number 2. Brother said that what LeBron James did was a boss move. What Kevin Durant did was a boss move. I watched a documentary, Keontae, about Kevin Durant. And Kevin Durant promised his mama when he was a senior in high school that not only was he going to go to the NBA, but that he would also be one of the best players ever in NBA history. And he promised his mama that he would win an NBA championship. LeBron James did the same thing. When he left his school, St. Vincent, he promised his family, his friends, that I'm going to bring a world championship to Cleveland. Even though I am a Cleveland Cavalier fan, even though I'm not actually a Cleveland Cavalier fan, I'm a LeBron James fan. Even though I'm a LeBron James fan, and I love the way LeBron James plays, I like the fact that he grew up #1 without a dad. I don't like that fact, but I admire the fact that he overcame that. I admire the fact that though LeBron James' mother was a drug addict, that he overcame that. I admire the fact that he didn't go to college like everybody else. He decided to go straight from the high school ranks. He went straight to the NBA because he said, I don't have time to go to college because I grew up poor. I admire that. But the thing that I admire the most is that they had a vision for their life. So normally while I'm cheering Reagan for LeBron and I'm cheering for Kevin Durant, right now I'm cheering for both of them. And the reason why I'm cheering for both of them is because they both had a vision for their life. Habakkuk 2:2. Are you there? Yes. Why y'all not there? You got a Bible? You gonna look on the phone? Okay. Habakkuk 2:2. Boy, you look like you came straight off the court. You been open? Let me find that. Habakkuk 2:2. Look at what it says. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision. Make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. But at the end it will speak. At the end it will speak, and it will not lie. Though it tarry, that word tarry means it seems like it's taking a long time. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and it will not tarry. In other words, it's going to happen. I'm going to read it again. Some of y'all are still looking. I'm going to read it one more time. It's Habakkuk 2:2. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision, make it plain upon tables, so that when someone reads it, they may run with it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, and it hastens to the end or fulfillment. It will not deceive or disappoint. Though it tarry, wait earnestly for it, because it will surely come. It will not be behindhand, but it will show up at the appointed time. That's another translation. The thing that I love about Kevin Durant is that Kevin Durant made a promise to his mother and his friends and his family, and he had a vision for his life. Kevin Durant LeBron James made a promise to his city, his family, his friends, and it came to pass. My question tonight, and what we'll be talking about for the next 4 weeks, Jocelyn, is what vision do you have for your life? What kind of promises have you made to yourself? What kind of promises have you made to your friends, Reagan? Have you made to your family, Babineau, that says, I'm going to do this regardless?
2001, when I got released from the penitentiary,
Come on.
I said I would no longer sell drugs.
Come on.
And it's been like 16 years.
Come on.
In 2014, I was drinking on a cup of gin. I told my son, Javian, this is your last time you're going to see your daddy drinking. And I hadn't had a drink since then.
That's what's up. What promises have you made? Like Brother said. Some of y'all ain't made no promises to yourself because you don't trust yourself. You like, Keontae like, it's going to be the last time I promise you. And then next week, what Keontae doing?
Still smoking.
I'm using it for example. He not good. What promises have you made to yourself? You getting ready to go to football camp next week? Going to St. Marcus. All right, while you're in St. Marcus, y'all gonna go on the college tour. You getting ready to go to another camp this summer. What promises have you made to your family? Have you told your mom and your dad? Have you told everybody in Fat House, all the people that love you, hey, look, I'm going to do this. I'm going to excel. I'm not going to smoke weed. I'm not going to drink. I'm not going to have the police. Your dad is the major. He's the third person under the sheriff. Have you promised your dad that I'm never going to do something to embarrass you, because one day your dad might be the sheriff? What promises have you made? What vision do you have for yourself? Have you went to your parents and said, even though we're living in apartments, we're living in Virginia Manor, what's the other manors? Washington Manor, Sunrise, Sunlight Manor, CDS, South End, South Park. What promises did you make? The vote. I went and spoke at Lamar State College, Port Arthur 2 weeks ago. I spoke at their graduation. And I told him this story about this guy named Corey. I don't know if y'all remember Corey. Y'all remember me talking about Corey?
No, sorry.
Yeah. Well, I said this guy name. Corey. See? Y'all love my handwriting?
Nope.
Y'all come on Wednesdays just to see my handwriting. Corey.
What is that?
Did I spell it right? Corey. There was this guy growing up, Babineau. His name was Corey. And Corey was chocolate like Cash. He was athletic like Cash. He was bow-legged. In Silver in the country, man, there's a lot of athletes. Because there ain't nothing to do. We'll play basketball, play football all day. Lift weights, run. There's nothing to do. So Corey was like 6'3". Dude had hops. I'm talking about he like, I'm talking about this back in the 90s. He dunking like that, right? So Corey, I'll never forget our last game. We played Cleveland High School. Cleveland is where Pastor JD is from. That's where he's from. Pastor JD can remember that game. We're about the same age. He's a little bit younger than me, but we beat Cleveland, and that was our last district game. We was going to the playoffs. So, of course, I was on JV. I rolled the bench.
You ever called backup player, huh?
Not at that time, sir.
Oh, man.
I didn't get a chance to play. Let me tell y'all about Corey. So, that night, we had the twerk dance. Y'all do twerk?
No.
Not twerk. Twerk.
Girl,
Do y'all know what that is? All right. Twerk dance is where the girls invite the boys to come. So that night, Kiki, we going to the twerk dance. Everybody, you get the twerk dance, girl. See what the girls had to do. They let all the girls in the school out at the end of the day, and whoever you wanted to go to the twerk dance with, you put something in their locker. So everybody got their little entertainment. You going to the twerk dance, and this dude Corey stood up and he said, "The only person that can leave off the bus and go straight to the dance is Jeremy." Everybody started laughing. Ah! Why? Because he the only one that played. He didn't need a shower. He didn't need a bath. They say you can leave right off the bus, put your clothes on, and go get your boogie on because you didn't get to play. That's what everybody did. They clowned me. They laughed.
That was funny though.
I know, right? They talked about me on the bus, right? And that was the laugh. And somebody said, people start joking all the way from Cleveland. Now, Cleveland is like an hour from Silsbee. So for a whole hour, I'm getting smashed. They clowning me. It's almost like we on Wildin' Out, Nick Cannon style. They giving me the business, right? When we got to Coops, Texas, which is almost to Silsbee, I stood up on that bus. God dog it, I couldn't take it no more. Michaela, I looked at black bow-legged son of a gun. And I stood in the aisle of that bus. And I said, "Corey, you listen to me." I said, "Not only am I going to play, I'm going to start."
come on, man.
No, you don't you look away. You look at me. And I'm going to become one of the best basketball players in Silsbee history. And I'm going to go to college. Everybody laughing. Stop Keontae like, really? I was like 5'6", 120 pounds.
Oh, God.
No way, no possibility of me getting on the court. Check this out. Y'all listen up. Don't get distracted in this moment. I said, and I'm going to go to college. I'm going to get a scholarship. And when I come home on the weekends and on the holidays, I'm going to visit you, and you're going to still be in the hood. You're not going to be doing, then I got vindictive, and I started talking about him and his mama. And, so check this out. So the whole bus got quiet. And then I heard this. That was the last thing I remember. Corey beat my butt. Oh my God. I've been beaten up 3 times in my life. That boy beat me. Man, the coach had to pull the bus over. Fighting on the bus, Cass, like, whoever falls first, it's a wrap. You out of there. So he was like, he's stomping me out, right? I'm like, no. I didn't. Sorry, Corey. But I took it as a life lesson because while I was getting stomped out by Corey, I did not know that I'd be in this room with y'all right now. I did not know that I would be speaking at Lamar State College graduation. I did not know Corey represented this. Man, my pants falling, I forgot my belt. Corey represents this. That's an S. Criticism of the real.
You got bad handwriting.
Thank you, sir. Criticism of the real you. What Corey didn't know is that in my room, I had a picture of Kevin Garnett, Kobe Bryant, Ron Mercer. It was like a whole group of guys that came out of high school. They're the best basketball players in the world. I had them on my wall. And right beside their picture, I had a sign that said, if it's to be, it's up to me. Sophomore in high school. Ooh, thank you, Holy Spirit. That represented the vision for my life. I went to my daddy and I said, hey, I need some weights. See, some of y'all think to hoop or to be good on the football field or to be good in band or to be good in UIL academics, Michaela, is to actually, when school is going on, you're performing. For the next 4 weeks, we're going to talk about vision because you don't get better doing school, Reagan, and you know this. You get better in the summertime. That's when you get better. At ROTC, at basketball, football, if you failed math, if you failed reading, if you failed English, if you failed God in an area, you get better in the summertime. Okay, I smoked weed all school year long. In the summertime, I'm going to overcome it because the people that's giving me the weed now don't see me every day. Oh, man, I'm giving it to you. Okay, I made this mistake all year long, but in the summertime, this is my opportunity to get better. But you got to have a vision. Turn to Proverbs 29 and 18. Proverbs 29 and 18. When you get it, say, I got it. If you don't, say, hold on. So Corey criticized me. Corey was the criticism of the real me. Everybody in this room got a Corey. Think about it. What person, what guy, what adult, what relative has told you that you can't do it? Proverbs 29 and 18. When you get it, say, I got it. If you don't, say, hold on. Proverbs 29 and 18. Proverbs 29 and 18 says this in my Bible. It says, where there is no vision, the people perish. But he that keepeth the law, happy is he. Where there is no vision, you perish. Success is planned, but your failure comes from a lack of planning. Ooh, that's good, Reagan. My goodness. Your success has to be planned, but your failure comes because you didn't plan. Jay Boogie, what are you planning to do? What is the vision for your life? You got to get it. This is the time. Grab it in the summer. Get it. This is what I'm going to work on. This is who I'm going to become. Boom. I got a phone call today from Sister Tenora. Y'all know Sister Tenora? Y'all know Deacon Ricky, the tall his daughter. Sister Tenora called me today and she said, I'm going to take every kid that wants to go from PHAAT House on a college to 3 colleges in October.
Dang.
And she said, do you know who all in your youth ministry wants to go to college?
I do. I go to college.
I said, Tenora, I think every young person in my youth ministry wants to go to college, and it's free. I said, but I don't know how many are making plans to go. See, it's one thing for you to want to go, Babino, but what are you planning to do? You got it? What are your plans? What is the vision for your life? This is the tragedy. Where there is no vision, you perish. That word perish means you lose. So what are you about to become? Oh, my mama and them got money. You know, we good. That's their money. It ain't promised that you're going to get it. Oh, that's great. I ain't worried about nothing, man. I mean, I'm good, nigga. I can hoop.
I can hoop.
What if you break your leg? What if you twist your ankle? What if you can't hoop? Not only do you have a vision for basketball, do you have an academic vision? Let's just say you do make it. Y'all know who my favorite rapper is right now?
Lil Wayne.
Who?
Drake.
You don't want no problem with
Chance the
me.
Rapper? Oh, yeah.
It's my favorite rapper right now. You know why that's my favorite rapper right now? I listen to him every day.
You don't want to pull with nobody with me.
All right, that's a remix. So, I listen to that every day. Do you know why? Because I heard on an interview, he said, I make rap about real life. He said, I'm not a gospel rapper, but I'm a Christian. So if you want to call my rap gospel, it's not really gospel, it's just I'm a Christian rapper. I loved it. And they said, well, you know, that's not popular. He was like, oh, well, they ain't got to buy my CD. But the dude won like 3 Grammys. Chance the Rapper. Like, he's the man. He's the man.
He like a lyricist. He a lyricist.
He's a lyricist. And he started his own record label. So guess what? Every time somebody download his music, every time somebody buy a CD, every time somebody do some mechanic, that goes to his pocket. He don't have to break it down with Columbia Records, No Limit Records, Young Money. He don't have to give it to Lil Wayne. It comes right to him. And he said this. He said, I had a vision for my life, and I was going to take control of my life, and I was going to become great. Turn in your Bibles to the book of Acts, the 2nd chapter. It's in the New Testament, and we're going to be here. I'm wondering where my son is. My son is supposed to be here.
This dude real.
My son inspired me to teach this for the next 4 weeks, and even in summer. He's playing in the All-Star game. They having that Saturday. He's playing in Acts, the 2nd chapter, the 14th verse. Thank you, sir. Inspired me, and he's down here now, and I thought he was going to be in here. They haven't made it yet, but he overcame a lot to get where he was at. I'm not going to cry, Jocelyn. He overcame not having his daddy around him, just me. They live in Jasper. I didn't live in Jasper. I lived out in this area. So we were like 2-3 hours away. He overcame that.
So you do like the tell
Mm-hmm. He overcame, he broke his wrist, his left wrist. He broke his kneecap, he broke his ankle, he broke his right leg. He broke 4 bones. And he couldn't play his freshman year. He couldn't play his sophomore year. His junior year, he was frustrated because he didn't get a lot of playing time. And I told him about Corey. Criticism of the real you. When somebody or something stands up against you and say you can't do that, you can't become that, your mom and them from Carl, Texas, they from Kirbyville, and you can't do that. You can't be that. You're going to be, just like everybody else from the country and from Carl and from Kirbyville and Magnolia Springs, then you can say, See, that's your Corey. The way you overcome a Corey is you got to have a vision. Acts 2:14 says, but Peter, standing up with the 11, lifted up his voice and said unto them, ye men of Judea, ye that dwell in Jerusalem, be this known unto you. For these men are not drunken as you suppose, seeing that it's 3rd hour of the day. But this is that which was spoken of by the prophet Joel. Look at the 17th verse. It shall come to pass in the last days. We're living in the last days. God says he will pour out his spirit upon all flesh. Your sons and your daughters will prophesy. Your young men will see visions. And your old men will dream dreams. He says this is supposed to be happening to y'all right now. It's supposed to be happening to y'all right now. You're supposed to be gaining visions, not only from God, but visions from God about your life. What's your name, man? What's your name? Say it again.
Is Lamson.
Say it one more time.
Lamson?
Lamson?
Mm-hmm.
And you go to Central?
Yes, sir.
You go to Central and you're RTC?
Yes, sir.
And you're going to be a senior?
No, I'm going to be a junior.
You're going to be a junior? And what are the plans for your life?
To be honest, no idea.
So this message is for you. That's why they invited you. And I felt that. Some of y'all are sitting there asleep. Some of y'all not paying attention. But he needed to hear that. What I'm talking about tonight is not just for him, it's for everybody in the room. See, you're getting ready to go somewhere where the young African-American girl that goes to college, that's pretty and fly and nice and stuff. You become a target. You become a target. A young man that has everything given to him, and then you can go to whatever college you want to go to, not only because you're talented in band, but because you're smart in school, and because it don't matter whether you get a grant, Pell Grant or not, your college is set, you become a target. And whenever you don't have a vision for your life, other people will see that, and they'll try to make you become what they want you to be. They'll try to make you do what they want you to do. They'll see Kiki, and they'll be like, oh, Kiki didn't come from this, and she didn't have this, and Kiki didn't have no BMW like Keontae, and then a guy will come to you, and you become a target. But the way you overcome quarries and obstacles and all these things is having a vision for your life. What is your vision? Or are you going to live with your mama?
I stay at home live with my own mama.
Say what?
I stay at home live with my own mama then.
Or you going to live with your mama the rest of your life? Yeah. I know you listening. You live with your mama the rest of your life?
I live my daddy the rest of my life.
Or am I going to pull up one day, Babino, while you dozing up, am I going to pull up one day at Popeye's Chicken on a Tuesday when they got the special, and Babino will be like, hey, that's Jimmy? And I'll be like, Babino, man, y'all give me the phone, please, cuz. And I'm going to be disappointed, not because you're working at Popeye's, because I'm glad you're working, but I know it's more in you than that. And I know you're a good football player. And I know you work hard to be a good student. See, everybody in this room, I'm preaching this to you because there's greatness in you. The greatness doesn't come out on its own. It doesn't come out independently. You got to have a vision. Let me wrap this up because I see adults coming in. Corey, let me tell you what happened. Because I told Corey, my daddy bought me some weights. And then after my dad bought me some weights, I went to a basketball camp. You need to go to a basketball camp. You are one at a college. You need to go to a college basketball camp.
I only go to football, college football camp.
Okay. You need to go to a college basketball camp. Let me tell y'all what happened. All y'all hoopers, right now the game has changed. If you running football, playing basketball, if you're involved in any kind of sport, they don't come to your games. They know who to come to, Jordan, because they saw you at a camp in the summer. AAU, all that. Y'all stop. So in the summertime, I went to Rice basketball camp. I went to the basketball camp. I learned how to shoot with my left hand, right hand, jumpers with left hand, jumpers with right hand. I learned how to go to the basket, boom, take a foul. We used to do push-ups, so I knew that if I was going to be a guard, I couldn't just have big legs that have hops. You can have big legs and have hops, but if you ain't got no upper body strength, I can just lean into you and move you. And then I'm laying you up all day long. I kill Babino all day. You get what I'm saying? Right? So I learned all that in camp. Look at you, you smiling. Well, I learned that in camp. Because it's not about who can dunk on who. It's about, can I take it to the basket, lay you up, and one. And then they said, you got to make your free throws. So guess what? They said you got to, don't shoot 100 free throws a day. You got to be able to make 100 free throws.
Ooh,
All right. And then they told me this. You need to shoot 100 three-pointers a day. And you need to be able to make at least 50% of them. So I did that for one summer. We're almost done. Can y'all give me 10 minutes? We're almost done. They said, so you need to be able to do that. And then check this out. So then I came back. I made varsity. I didn't get to start. I didn't get to play a lot. But then the next summer, I went to that same camp again. And I made the all camp team. And they said, guess what? You can play for a basketball scholarship. That's how I got my scholarship. That's how I got my scholarship. Because in the summertime, I pursued my vision. All right. So for the next 4 weeks, that's what we're going to work on. You're going to get a vision for your life. I got magazines coming. Everybody in the church bringing us magazines. You're going to make a vision board for your life this summer, and you're going to go after it. In the summertime and from now on, the rest of it, and after you accomplish what you have on your vision board, guess what? Then you're going to make another one. And then you're going to make another one. Eyes closed, heads bowed. Father, I thank you. I love you. Thank you for the word. Thank you for bringing us to this point. I know you're going to instruct us in what to do and how to do it, because this is a group of incredible world changers. I know we're not talking about this or preaching about this for no reason, but because you're going to change the world with the young people in this room. Once again, young people will come from all colors, all walks of life, all backgrounds. They're going to come from the north, south, east, and the west. And I give you praise for that. In Jesus' name, somebody say amen. Amen. Amen.